Yo, CB. So I am extremely tired, right? But I'm not sleepy yet. And my dumb self decided to go flip through TikTok. And I saw this very scary story. I don't know why this always happens to me at night. I watched scariest stories, but then it made me remember something because it was a discussion about voodoo and jazz, right? And I know we are very traditional. I know we believe a lot in these things. And the truth is, as much as there is light, there is darkness. And I see, if I tell you half of the stories that I have seen things that my brain cannot explain, but it is what it is. But I have a story for you. So when I was younger, around 12 years old, we lived in Calabar, and we lived in this estate. I'm not going to name the name because a lot of people would probably realize what place that was. Now, the landlady of that estate, she never had children. She was very old. She was in her 70s, right? And she had this huge mansion. When I say one of the biggest houses I have ever seen, and properly made houses, and it was literally across from my own compound, which, oh, I miss that compound. There's so much, although I hated the elephant grass it had. But anyways, I digress. Now, this lady, for some reason, we had gone to her house a few times, but my dad at a point said, this lady is acting funny, because my dad is very, very traditional, spiritual, and he's like, this woman don't like you children because she never had children, and for some reason, I don't know what happened, they started having issues, my dad and her. So at a point we were supposed to move from there, but because of the issue, I don't even know what happened. Anyways, so one time my father traveled. Oh, by the way, before we even get to that, it was always so creepy that every time we come out the house, we will see someone sneaking by the window, and just watching us, And then anytime we look directly there, they will close the window. And it was only her in the house. But there was one specific night, my father and my mom traveled, so they put a baby, not a babysitter, but someone to stay with us in the house, because we were still, so if I was 12, my sister was 15, or was I 11? Anyway, that age group. So, we were just playing, about to go to bed, not to, just playing around, me, my sister, and the girl. The next thing we heard ooh, there was a clicking sound. And we're like, what is that? So we were in the room that was facing directly at the gate. And when I tell you, no jokes, we look at the gates and there was a woman there standing at the gate. She wasn't standing at the gate. She was bloody levitating in the air. I swear Bible. She was, her hair, the woman, and we realized it was the landlady. Her white hair, her silver white hair, was doing breeze in her hair. This woman was levitating off the ground. Instantly, the lady that was staying with us started, blood of Jesus, started praying. Me and my sister started crying like two wusses because, first of all, we only see this kind of things in movies. We understood that there are a lot of spiritual things, but we never saw it. So when you see it, that was the first time I ever saw some nonsense like that. Actually, not the first time, but I was too small and some other things happened. We're not going to talk about that one. But yo, the more this girl, actually, as she was praying, she was crying, but her prayer was so strong, and she was, blood of Jesus, blood of Jesus. I'm laughing now, but it wasn't funny. I probably freaked my own self to sleep. See, the more she prayed, this woman that was in the air started screaming. Her hair was going woof, woof. Yo, because the gate wasn't far from the room, when you looked, you could see her eyes were red. When I say glowing red, it was ridiculous. Yo, pray, scream. Me, I was there just there crying. Like, see, listen, till today, I am still afraid of Thriller. Michael Jackson's Thriller, because that's another story, But let me even tell you quickly why I'm afraid of Thriller till this 39 years of age. Now, when I was little, I was always scared of scary things. So one time, my dad knew I was scared of Thriller, so he locked me in a room. I was 5 or 6, yeah. He locked me in a room. I can never forget this one. I was too short to reach the handle of the door, so he put off the light, locked me in the room, put Thriller on blast, and then went behind the windows and was in. Anyway, till today I'm still scared of Thriller. I can't watch it. I can't even listen to the song. Like, I love it so much because the world loves it, but I'm afraid of it. Anyway, pray with this girl. Finally, we were just hearing like cats or like it was a very high pitched scream. The next thing, the thing disappeared. When I say that night, we could barely scream, like we could barely sleep. We were so scared, so terrified, so, oh my god, what if she enters the house? Because for the love of God, she was levitating in the air. But anyway, in the next 2 days, my parents came back, and mind you, back then there were no phones like now. You Gen Alphas and Gen X, you don't realize it. Gen Alphas, yes. You don't realize what a blessing you have to have technology, to be able to call your people, to FaceTime, to see each other. Back in the day, it wasn't like that. Man, we suffered. We had to literally figure out everything through. They had a little internet, which was, you go to a cafe, you pay your timer, you do whatever research you need for school, and that was it, You guys have it real good. 2 days later, my father came back and we told him everything. And he, of course, he was raging because he said he saw that was going to happen. And then the very next day, my dad went to work. I was in the house with my sister and my mom. And we just heard, boop, 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 boop. This woman busted through our gates. She came with her walking stick because whatever she was trying to achieve did not work. She was so vexed. She came and she broke every single glass in the living room. It was quite a lineup of glass. She broke everything and she was saying, "You people are bad. You need to leave my house." Da 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 da. Now she thought, because she was very strong, for what we had heard about her, she was a very, very strong, winshy kind of person. But she was even more annoyed now that whatever she was planning to do did not work. Anyway, me, like the little boy I was, I think I've told you guys the story of why I thought I was a boy. Anyway, I scaled the fence. My mom told me, "Go get your father." I jumped over the fence, ran, I swear, without breathing, without stopping, without anything. I ran straight to where my dad was working, called him, and he came home. And of course, they went at it together. Winch past winch. But anyway, if you guys have any scary stories or anything interesting, please just write it in the comments. I love reading your comments, guys. And have a blessed night. Tomorrow will be a good day. Tomorrow will be a great day. And today I sat down and thought of everything I am thankful for. I hope you guys realize that no matter how hard life is and no matter what you go through, you always have to remember those moments to be thankful. And I know some people might not believe in prayers, but prayers work. Prayers actually, they work, man. Keep positive energy. Keep your spirits high. I promise you, sometimes you might want to react because life is just so difficult. But just keep hanging in there. Everything will be fine tomorrow. Tomorrow, everything is always fine. Anyway, love you guys. Sleep well. I am going to bed. Ciao, ciao.